I'm headed to Vincennes, Indiana. It's where Red Skelton was born, and they have a museum there, so I'm going to go to that museum, and hopefully they'll let me film inside, and if they do, I'll show you what I filmed. I think I got to turn here, guys. So guys, we are in the town.
Light, turn right onto North 2nd Street.
We are in the town of Vincennes, Indiana, and this was Red Skelton's birthplace.
Continue on North 2nd Street for half a mile.
So here's a little bit of it as I ride along. We just passed some cute little houses, but I'm going to turn this off so I can pay attention to my driving here. I just thought I'd show you a little bit of it. So you guys, I've almost made it here to the Red Skelton Museum, which is across the street on Red Skelton Boulevard. That's the name of the street. I guess they're doing some construction because they have a big sign there that says museum is open. I was a little concerned about parking in here because I saw something about permit parking only, but then it said Red Skelton Museum. So I'm a little confused about that part, but see right here, it says all permit parking, Red Skelton parking. So I don't understand. But I guess when I go in the museum, I'll ask her. But it's right over here. Yeah, they're doing construction over by the museum. But I think it's that building right there. So let's see when we go in. I guess it would be this right here. And as soon as you walk in the front doors, guys, there's Red Skelton making you smile. He used to dress as a clown in his show. I remember his show very well, watching it when I was a kid. He always struck me as such a nice man. He had like this soft-spoken way about him when he would talk to the audience. It was awesome. So let's go in and see what we can find. Okay guys, not really sure where to go from here because this is huge. This is the entrance. I don't know, you're supposed to get tickets, but pretty neat. I'm assuming these are clothes he wore for. I can't really. Oh, look at that nice painting. Look at all these on the wall.
Red Skelton. Nowadays, comedy is just a click away. But if you look back a century ago, the pickings were considerably slimmer. Live performance was about the only option, especially in a small town like Vincennes, Indiana. The circus rolled into town. A medicine show passed through. or a new vaudeville act opened at the local theater. It was a bit of excitement in a life that was centered on the realities of work, family, and community. Richard "Red" Skelton, the fourth son of an impoverished family, was drawn to the showbiz life. He dreamed of the day when he too would make audiences laugh, like his idol, Charlie Chaplin. He did not have to wait long. While still in his teens, his comic talents were noticed by a traveling medicine show, and Red's comic career was launched. He starred in a series of highly successful comedies, where he took his talent for creating characters to a whole new level. Red Skelton, it turns out, could also act.
He's gonna smash the Blue Goddess tomorrow night at 12:30.
American and Canadian audiences couldn't get enough of his big-hearted, rough-and-tumble approach to comedy. Even President Franklin Roosevelt was a fan.
I was the official master of ceremonies for 6.5 years at the White House.
By the end of World War II, Red's success and genius for clowning had him flying high. And when his show premiered in 1951, audiences finally saw the full range of Red's comic genius.
And I got hit by a truck. Good heavens. Did you get the license number of the truck?
Yeah.
Exuberant and informal, Red made his shows feel like one continuous improv.
Years, which were kind of nice.
Red left the small screen on a big note.
And I guess this is the first time in my life that one of my dreams have come true, and that was to work with the clown mastery of the master. And I know that he's embarrassed, but that's what he is. So I leave the stage.
With his characteristic enthusiasm and no regrets, Red returned to his roots, playing to sell-out audiences from Carnegie Hall to the Sands in Las Vegas.
For his irrepressible desire to create an atmosphere where comedy can flourish, for his ability to turn the craft of the clown into an art form, for his continuing contribution to the human comedy and to humanity in general, the Television Academy happily inducts into the Hall of Fame Red Skelton.
He also devoted more time to his personal interests, philanthropy, writing music and short stories, and especially painting.
But I don't paint like Van Gogh or Leonardo da Vinci or what have they painted lately?
Red was always more than a TV star. For half a century, he was the standard bearer for the grand traditions of American comedy, adapting to the demands of the media revolution.
And if by chance someday you're not feeling well, you should remember some silly little thing that I've said or done, and it brings back a smile to your face or a chuckle to your heart, then my purpose as your clown has been fulfilled.
So until we meet again, I say goodbye for now, and may God bless.
There's a nice man named Doug who runs the place, and he was telling me that many of Red Skelton's paintings are here. So I'm wondering if this might be one. I don't see it signed, but he was an artist, he was a writer, he was a comedian. He was really an amazing man. This goes way down. He played a couple clowns on his television series. One was extremely popular. Such a sweet man. I remember watching him. My mother used to watch him. And so, growing up, that's what I would watch too. The Red Skelton Show. Oh, and what's really cool is his home here in Vincennes, where he was born and lived till he was 2 years old, is a historic landmark. And so Doug told me that it's right down the road and I can go see it. These are things that Red Skelton wrote. Okay, I'll lift the lid. We don't hear anything. He was also in the war, I think World War II. So he's a veteran. He's buried in California in a family plot there. I don't know how this stuff works. It's mostly just walls full of information about him. He was on the Vanderbilt circuit. I love the sayings. A clown must be a clown, funny without assistance, capable of communicating with his audience without props or scenery or words. And he used to do pantomime on his show.
Wait a minute, you idiot! That's it, leave the driving to him.
Hi guys. I didn't know if that was one of those funny mirrors. This is the theater where I just sat down and watched that film. His career from 1913 to 1997. I'm not going to show this one already. Oh, Freddy the Clown, that's who he was.
Hello, honey. I call her honey because when I married her, I got stung.
All throughout the museum, there's these little sayings of his. Making people happy was his greatest legacy. That's what the Leon Toland Skelton said. Not sure who that is, but oh, here. There you go. I guess that's her. Oh, here, maybe these. I bet you these are his paintings. Yep. Red Skelton. He was a great artist. These are all his paintings. These are incredible, just to see the paintings alone. $1950, it says on here, Red Skelton, 1950. Wow. I loved how they preserved his paintings. Hmm. 1976. Hmm. This is really neat. Another little happy face. He said, please take pictures and all the videos you want, just no flash, but who has that anymore? You know? Freddie is a little bit of you, and a little bit of me, a little bit of all of us, you know? Red Skelton. That's Freddie. Freddie the Clown. Freddie the Freeloader. That's what he was called.
Oh, Muggsy, it's good to see you. I'm a little late, you know. I'm a little late. I couldn't catch the 320 can. Today's the day, Tuesday, the day I eat breakfast.
The day he eats breakfast.
For a $100 bill. Certainly. Oh, good. You want me to think about it. What are they? Well, the one on this side is a half of a sardine.
Oh, I see. What is that?
The other half.
Well, how sweet, Freddy. You didn't want to break up the set.
I like how they have these little TVs set up around here. with little skits from him. This is where I was already. So, let's go see the house.
It seems as though it's becoming monotonous to you. If I may I recite it and try to explain to you the meaning of each word? I, me, an individual, a committee of one, pledge. Dedicate all of my worldly goods to give without self-pity. Allegiance, my love and my devotion to the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of freedom. Wherever she waves, there's respect, because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts freedom is everybody's job. United. That means that we have all come together. States, individual communities that have united into 48 great states. 48 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose. All divided with imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common purpose. And that's love for country. And to the Republic, a state in which sovereign power is invested in representatives chosen by the people to govern. And government is the people, and it's from the people to the leaders, not from the leaders to the people, for which it stands. One nation, meaning so blessed by God, indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power to live one's own life without threats, fear, or some sort of retaliation. And justice, the principle or qualities of dealing fairly with others. For all, which means, boys and girls, it's as much your country as it is mine. And now, boys and girls, let me hear you recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Since I was a small boy, 2 states have been added to our country, and 2 words have been added to the Pledge of Allegiance, under God. Wouldn't it be a pity if someone said that is a prayer, and that would be eliminated from schools too?
So the first part of this building over here on this side is a performing arts center that's dedicated to the performing arts. And this side of the building is a museum. So I'm gonna go, and we're gonna go take a look at his boyhood home, where he lived till he was like 2. Our last stop here, guys. This is the boyhood home of Red Skelton. And the fellow inside the museum told me he lived here until he was 2 years old. I think he was born, when he was born, they were living in this house. So, how do you like that? And there's a historic marker here. It's listed as, listed on the historic register of deeds. So, it's pretty neat to know that this house will never be destroyed. And here is a little historic sign. One of America's clowns, comedian Richard Red Skelton, was born here in 1913. As a teenager, performed locally in minstrel shows and as a clown in circus. By 1930s, he performed on vaudeville stages, became famous for skits such as Drunken Donuts. I remember that. WGN signed Skelton to a film contract in 1940, advancing his comedy career. He solidified fame in 1941 with the debut of his national NBC radio show. And then on this side of it, says, during World War II, Skelton served in the U.S. Army and performed numerous comedy shows for the troops. In 1951, he helped popularize television with the Red Skelton Show, which aired for 20 years. I remember that so well. And it won multiple Emmy Awards. Skelton was remembered for on-screen characters like Freddie the Freeloader, that was the clown, and for his iconic interpretation of the Pledge of Allegiance. That Pledge of Allegiance, it'll get you. If you go watch it, you could find it on YouTube, Red Skelton's Pledge of Allegiance. Just look for that and you'll hear him say it. It's incredible, but this is the house. I asked him if we can go inside, and he said that right now the school owns it, and there's a school here. I think he went to school here, Red Skelton, too, to this university. And they're using it for a food pantry right now because their old food pantry burned down or something. So they're hoping that by the time they have the Red Skelton Fest, which they do every year, they'll be able to open it up so people can go inside. But right now, we can't go inside. But I'm walking all the way around it so you could see the other side. I'm sure he didn't have air conditioning when they lived here. I don't think they had it then. I don't think. But that's the back. We'll just walk around the house here so you can see the whole thing. I don't know if somebody actually lives next door or what the deal is with that, but there's no windows with just glass on them, so I can't really put my phone up to the window to see inside, guys. But yeah, this is it. The birth home of Red Skelton. There's 2 doors there. One there and one there. Nice little porch. So pretty cool, I think. I think the address of this house is 115 Lindell Street or Avenue in Vincennes, Indiana. But you could look it up and Google it. But there you go. That'll do it for today, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day.